About time I got myself a proper cup of coffee, don't you think? Welcome to another Sledgehammer review. I'm your host, Dr. Sledgehammer, and I welcome you to my very own journey of discovery as we delve into our very first point-and-click adventure game on this channel. And boy, have I found us a banger!
Thanks for putting your greasy hands on me. I'm now charged with a fuckload of electricity, and any further physical contact will result in you being toast.
The Longest Journey is an adventure game filled to the brim with edgy, don't give a fuck, late 90s, early 2000s attitude. It was a simpler time before activists started invading the entertainment industry to make it all about politics.
Just keep it moving, ma'am. Nothing to see here.
Except for you, officer. I always did love a man in a uniform.
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm gay. Now, move along.
By the way, that hottie over there with the incredible booty, that's April Ryan, our main protagonist. You're gonna love her. April grew up as a country pumpkin on a farm, and she had an abusive father who kept getting drunk, and she was his favorite punching bag. So when she grew up, she threw him down a flight of stairs and broke his legs. She escaped to Venice, where she studied arts at the university. And before you start wondering why Venice suddenly has a subway system, let me clarify. This is not actually the Venice that you know. This is just a province within the sprawling industrial metropolis of Newport in North America. We're talking the year 2209 over here, folks. Humanity has finally sorted out the whole gender debate, and we're finally making incredible technological advancements again, including space travel. Colonizing another planet has never been easier, as you can just enslave volunteers with minimum wage offers.
I mean, it's slavery, isn't it?
Certainly not. That's a popular misconception. In fact, our colonists are given the best of care, a job suited to their talents, and a full salary.
Well, isn't that just peachy?
I guess.
What an asshole.
In this city, there's incredible shit all over the place. Did you know that they invented synthetic plants that can produce actual oxygen? Instead of buying train tickets, the camera just scans your entire body with Röntgen beams and who knows what, and creates a digital pass based on your image. You can use that on all viable train stations for an entire week. Now one night April's having one of her usual bizarre nightmares, and she wakes up somewhere with a beautiful aesthetic view that is just postcard pretty.
I'm in my undies. That's so not appropriate.
Indeed you are, my dear. Good thing you never take these shoes off when you go to bed. So yeah, in her dream April tries to save this egg over here from falling off the cliff. She's afraid she'll drop it, so she seeks tools to aid her.
The suffering we must endure.
Oh, turns out the tree is talking. Because why the hell not? The tree tells you that this is a dragon egg and that the tree usually takes care of it when the mother is away. Problem is the tree is dying because the mother caused an earthquake that redirected the tree's water supply, so it lacks sustenance. April decides to help the tree out, and good God, the developers really went out of their way to make this booty difficult to ignore. Anyway, so you go ahead and use the items you picked up to redirect the water stream, and... Just in his pants, what the fuck was that? It's like he's seen Jesus! Anyway, the tree helps you out, and before you know it, the mother is back. She tells you that you're her daughter and that you are fated to do great things in the future. Yada yada yada. You're interrupted by some sort of vortex, and good God! She looks like a facelifted grandma! But her character model is so cute, and this is not. And now she's falling to her death, only to wake up in her bed, where she acts like this is pretty much business as usual. She then tells us that she has to go to the university to work on her art project. So she dresses up and off she goes.
Hey, babe.
Wait, what?
Listen, I was thinking maybe you and I could hook up tonight, go to the pavilion or something.
Sure. The pavilion, was it?
Yeah, tonight. And, are you gonna put out?
What? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't knock you out.
I just gotta know if it'll be worth it or not. You on?
Tommy Vercetti looking motherfucker.
You have a date with that asshole? I told him he was full of shit. April, you're insane. Well, you're just going to have to disappoint him.
Luckily, she has other friends to interact with. Emma, for example, is pretty cool. She She also has a landlady who keeps telling her about her lesbian sex life with her much older partner.
And the sex is amazing.
Well, she's actually a sweet lady, but pretty boring. She will tell you about her life story if you let her. And so do all of your other friends, except for Emma. She's cool. Her friends are boring and mundane, and will waste over an hour of gameplay if you let them.
Obviously.
Pro tip! Only ask her friends about stuff that you truly need, because most of them aren't really important for the plot, and they fucking suck! But things take an intriguing turn when some of your friends reveal that they also, like you, experience strange visions and nightmares. You reunite with an old buddy of yours named Cortez, who appears to have insights into your mysterious encounters. Eager to uncover the truth, you follow Cortez around town seeking answers.
Time? I spent more than...
Nita.
Now, April's character model isn't just easy on the eyes. She has a soothing, snappy voice that I could listen to for hours.
mystifying.
Her simply describing objects is already fun to listen to, and I never miss one object because I'm genuinely interested to hear her reaction.
I'm part of the should be reading more but life's too short generation. We embrace our illiteracy.
April is almost like a comic book character. She's very charming and incredibly fun, knows how to handle herself, and she takes everything on the chin with a smile on her face. Well, almost everything.
Would you consider alternative forms of payment for a fake ID?
Sorry, Chiquita, that urge disappeared with my little legs.
No! Oh, not that! God forbid! More like a favor or something you need.
She's also rather aloof and uses her charming personality to annoy the heck out of people.
Hello again.
Christ, don't you ever quit.
She's probably so aloof because she is a sick fuck. Look at her putting shit on candy and feeding it to this poor bastard. What the hell is she thinking? Oh shit.
You shouldn't have done that. I reckon that was a bad mistake.
Oh my God, that hurts.
I mean, this woman is fucking insane. She would do the most insane stuff you have ever seen. Just look at this. Have a look at this. Imagine you come across this site right here. April spots some sort of key stuck on the tracks. And what does she do? She swipes some clotheslines from her landlady, ties them to these clamps over here, and to keep them open, she inflates a freaking rubber duck and slaps it on the clamps. But here's the kicker. She pokes a hole in the rubber duck so it gradually deflates as the clamp reaches the key. And boom! The clamp closes, the key comes up, and this is fucking stupid! But I love it.
Hell, it gone dead on me now. I'm going to have to fix that sign proper this time round,
The puzzles in the game are incredibly intricate. Often there is one tiny detail that you did not notice in one of the many areas in the game, and you somehow forgot an important item that you will need to progress in the game. But it does feel rewarding when everything is being put in place and you can just watch the mayhem ensue.
Hands up! Show yourself! Spread your legs! All right there, mister. Just don't you fire that gun now, you hear? Freddy, you'll do the monkey for you right now. Dance! Dance! Do the monkey. Hey, you! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey! Dance!
Anyway, you find Cortez inside an old cinema and he tells you that he wants to show you something outside. Better not be his dick.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why Cortez wants to meet me. What? What is that?
Vamos. Into the light.
and welcome to Arcadia, a world devout of logic but rich in magic. April comes across some dude named Vestrom Tobias who explains to us what the hell is going on. So picture this. A long time ago, Earth got split into two different dimensions. We have science over here and magic on the other side. Now on this side we have this technologically advanced civilization that we call Star. And on the other side we have Arcadia, a medieval realm that is full of magic and all sorts of humanoid races. Now there's this dude called the Guardian who has been chilling in a tower for a millennium maintaining the balance between these two worlds. The problem is he woke up and needs to find his successor. So guess who this lucky person is? It's you. So strap in for a wild ride. I mean, it sounds easy enough, right? The whole concept. Well, let's talk Vestrom Tobias. When this dude starts his monologue, brace yourself for a long snooze-inducing speech. I mean, this guy goes on for a solid 15 minutes mentioning places you've never been and people you've never met. That's when the game's mundane monologues become a problem. Sure, we've got crazy characters with hilarious lines, but when it comes to explaining the important stuff, the writers seriously fucked up, and through the entire monologue you're stuck staring at a damn wall. Look, real people talk like this. However, in real life we have a small difference. We actually make eye contact, we react to each other, we make gestures, we interrupt each other, which is difficult to pull off in a video game, which is why usually people use cutscenes or they make monologues shorter and snappier. But the good Vestrom is not done yet. He sends you to a library on the outskirts of town where you can sexually harass an old man to gain access to all sorts of books to read more about the lore of Arcadia. But trust me, nobody gives a fuck. It's not worth your time, and the books are incredibly difficult to read because of the shitty graphics. And yeah, basically April needs to locate the Guardian Tower, and she also needs to find key fragments that are scattered all over Arcadia to open that tower. And let me tell you, it's a roller coaster because the worlds are total opposites in terms of technology and attitude. And you will never know where you end up. You can literally make appointments with people only to suddenly end up somewhere completely unexpected.
I'm in my undies. That's so not appropriate.
Well, let's wrap this up, folks. What we've got here is a pretty fun, epic storyline that is filled to the brim with edgy late 90s humor that is a breath of fresh air in 2023. What I really hated about the game are the long-winded monologues. I mean, they felt like punishment to me. I felt like I was back in school. At some point I had to run around the village to listen to folklore for an hour or something because I had to take a test from some petrodactyl that is guarding a door. The puzzles in the game are incredibly intricate. At times the answers felt like they're completely random, which is kind of frustrating. Heck, the developers of the game admitted on stream a couple of years ago that they needed a walkthrough to play the game because they haven't played it for some time. But despite all the problems I have with the game, I feel incredibly happy having played this because I got some genuine laughing out loud moments playing this. Speaking of laughing out loud moments, I filmed and partially edited about 5 to 6 minutes of footage for this episode that I had to cut in order to make the episode a little bit more concise. If you're interested, join me next week for our first ever Sledgehammer Tales, which is gonna be called A Menace at Sea. The game gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. I would have rated the game much higher because the story is fucking awesome, but I had to slug through 2 hours of boring gameplay to get to the good parts. The game is a really slow starter. Most guys would have shut the game off by then. Now let's dig into April Ryan. Personality-wise, one of the best female protagonists I've ever seen in a video game. I don't get why Funcom would swap her out for some other girl in the sequels. I mean, I'm curious to find out because gaming developers usually have a history of striking gold with good female protagonists but failing to capitalize on their success in the sequels to turn them into household names. Just think about all the girls that actually made it. For every Bayonetta that we have got, we lost out on another Konoko from Oni, we lost out on a Darcy Stern from Urban Chaos, or we lost out on a fucking Kodelka. But heck, I'm pretty sure the developers knew what they were doing, right? Anyway, I was Dr. Sledgehammer, and I will see you guys on next Sledgehammer review. Bye.
Big surprise, I'm still here.